Rihanna, we played you an awesome track by Rihanna featuring Jay-Z with a song called Umbrella, as well as Beyonce on the Lunchtime, a 3-track mixer with a song called The Freedom on Radio T 103.8 FM, the station that listens to the people. Looking at the time right now, it is exactly 2:05 in the afternoon, and it's time that I give you that awesome interview. Yeah, sure, it comes a bit 30 minutes late, but you know what? I'm grateful she actually made it. Hello, Sally.
hello.
Oh, Sally's so pretty. That's so pretty.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna make me cry. Thank you.
So beautiful, Sally.
Thank you so much.
No wonder you are the finalist, huh?
Yeah, that's the
They're like,
it's about the braids. It's not about the beauty.
I like get beauty and brains. You have a whole package. You got beauty, you got brains. That is how sub life is supposed to be. Don't just have beauty. It fades. You know these girls somehow weave.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing the girls with weaves, yo.
No, we're not dissing. We're just saying. Yo. There's a difference. There's a difference.
I'm just saying because there's some girl. You know, there's that video that went viral, Sally, of a girl who her name was Happy, or is Happy, but she can't spell her name.
She can't spell her name?
Yeah, she spelled it with an E. She said H. You know, with the weave, with the makeup, with the everything, with the looking dapper, you know. And then they take her out for a date.
And then
she forgets them, forgetting for her. Eh?
Oh my goodness.
If we're a funale, spell your name. I said H-P-E. No, wait. H-A-P-P-E.
Oh no, guys.
I know, right? I was so sad for her.
Like for the whole the whole decade of your lives, you've been spelling your name wrong, or she was just nervous. I don't get it.
Yeah, maybe I think it's the ponds that went to her head.
Maybe.
Sally, please introduce yourself to the listeners of Radio Tiff.
Okay, hey everybody. My name is Sally Sithole. I am no, I'm not gonna reveal my age. I was born and bred in Limpopo, Hlogwane, in the streets of Flora Park in the Capricorn district. And one thing people don't know about me is that I have a twin.
You have a twin?
I have a twin brother.
A brother?
Yeah.
Is he single?
It's very simple.
Me too.
I'll send in the memo.
Me too.
I'll send in the memo.
Let's just fix South Africa. Single by single by hooking upping, you know, makes life easier. So Sally, you are the semi-finalist of I'm not sure if it's Miss Teenager South Africa.
Yes.
How did you feel though when you actually got the announcement actually came through?
Well, it was not a shock for me because I was prepared for it. I knew it was coming. Okay, not that I'm bragging. No, not that I'm bragging, but like since I started the modeling industry, I had a goal that this is where I should get to.
Yeah.
And of course, there's like a few, less than 5 that is left as Miss South Africa, Miss World, Miss Universe, you know. So I planned, when I started in the modeling industry, I planned that, you know what, Sally, this is what I'm going to do for me to achieve here. So it coming was not a surprise, like boom, yo. I was like, okay, we get it there, you know, yeah, we do the thing.
It takes a lot of self-esteem and confidence.
That's true. That's true.
Since you don't want to tell your age, me, I don't know why you don't want to tell your age. Why you don't want you tell your age, I'll tell mine.
Alright guys, I'm so young. Like, I don't look like it, I know, but I'm so young. I'm 18 years young.
Okay, you're only telling yourself your age. I ain't telling nobody my age.
Oh my goodness, that's not fair.
I don't want to be scaring the listeners like, yo, Tuki, you can do more. No, but as a 19-year-old, looking at how society is and how everything in Mzansi is actually unfolding in terms of the teenagers and the lives that they live and stuff like that. To have the confidence that you have, how deep did you have to actually dig to have it? Because it takes a whole lot of kahunas and a lot of guts to actually be where you are right now.
So that's very true. I started in the modeling industry. I started in 2015.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, but my mother played a huge role in grooming me. I was not a big fan of reading books, but I understood that if you want to be an ambassador, if you want to be a leader, you need to familiarize yourself with reading books.
Yeah.
That way your vocabulary can increase. That way
Yeah,
your
yeah.
intellectual can increase as well. So she was like, no, Sally, every day make sure you read a magazine, a newspaper, this news, you know. So I was like, but last time I understood why she was doing that, and I could see that it's grooming me. It just molded me.
Yeah.
And of course, entering more pageants in the modeling industry, like as I always say, you can never buy experience.
No.
You can never do that. So I got my experience through entering more pageants and getting more skills every time I enter, and then now I'm here.
Then how did you accept the whole situation? Now you're not going to win all the time.
Yeah.
When it comes to rejection, when you don't win, and you're like, you know what? How did you deal with that?
Okay, well, the first pageant I entered, I won. And the second one I won. The third one I won. The fourth one I didn't. And it was like, oh, I didn't win, you know. But like, obviously I was crying. I got home, I cried, you know, my blanket. I was like, you know. But I understood that that's life.
Yeah.
We have to go through that situations for you to grow.
Yeah.
Right? There is no plant or seed that was planted that became a huge tree with fruitful fruits that never went through a storm, that never went through hectic winds, rain, harsh sunlight. So that was it, trying to groom me for me to become who I am today.
Yeah, for what, 18, 19?
18.
You're quite 18 mature. You have the mind of a grown up, yo. Like your reasoning is just amazing. No wonder you are.
Yeah, it all goes to my mom. Like this financial, I give it to my mom.
We need that support from our parents because of the fact that we are facing the roughest life ever. So when we get the support from our parents or from our uncles or from Bomamkhulu, Borangwane and everything, it actually does go a long way. So kudos to mommy.
Thank you.
Let's give it for the hug.
Listening at home.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Okay, here's one thing I've always wondered.
Yeah.
What are the rituals do you when you're in the pageant, and what are the rituals do you go through? The rituals to be in that pageant. I'm in the pageant now. I have to put what and put what so that I can look like. What are the rituals do you normally go through?
Okay, for me, it's not really about the makeup.
Yeah.
For me, it's about the intellectual that I'm going to bring in the table. I believe that being an ambassador is not about the beauty, but it's about the change that you're going to bring to the community. As you say, you're a leader. So every time I go for a pageant, I'm like, okay, so this is the kind of pageant I'm entering, but what is its main vision and mission? So I try to tap into that vision and mission of the pageant. And that's why we can, relate. That's why I can win. Because when they ask me a question, they can relate to me. They can understand that, oh, okay, this is actually ambassador because she knows our vision. She knows where we're going. Hey, Nev's are always there. I'm not gonna lie, they're always there.
Do you know how many pageants did I have watched? Let me not say till when, but I've watched quite a lot.
Yeah.
And the contestants, some of them stutter.
Yeah.
And they get scared.
I got that before. There was a time I entered a pageant and I literally jammed on stage. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, you know what? Judges, may I please start again? And then they were like, okay. And then people started to be like, boo. No. And then I started all over. And I was like, you know what? I did my introduction and actually said it and actually said more stuff too, like in general.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, wow. Their guts for seeing that you made a mistake, but not be like, okay, thank you, and then just walk away, but working on your mistake right on the spot. To be like, you know what? I know it happened. Mistakes happen. These things happen, of course.
Yeah.
But the fact that, you know what? Let's do this.
But you're quick to think on your feet. Like, you think on your feet very quickly.
Yeah.
I think if you were put in a corner, you would actually know how to actually maneuver yourself out of that corner.
Yeah.
So there's a whole stigma behind pageants, pageantry. So why do you think there is such a stigma when it comes to pageantry amongst people that find it a bit superficial, it's kind of like that situation, nothing that discriminator sort of. It's all about the beauty and everything. Because you remember back in the days where in my era, there was always viewed with the I'm heads and G. It's all about the beauty. It's all about the makeup.
Yeah.
What do you say about that stigma today as pageant still stands still firm?
Okay, well, honestly speaking, let me start from the start. Just like there's a normal saying that English is like a skip.
Yeah, bro.
So modeling also is like a skip. It came by a boat, right? So when it came by a boat, there's like criteria. You gotta be skinny. You gotta be beautiful. That was the thing, right?
Yeah.
But as decades ran over, as years ran over, it started to change. It started to, be molded, and like the flower started to sprout.
Yeah.
And that's when they added now the intelligence, because as the future evolved, as the generation evolved, they realized that beauty is not only just about being pretty.
Yeah.
It's about what you bring to the table, the difference you can make to the people.
True.
I mean, a lot of people can look up to you, but they're not looking up to you because of being pretty. The change
you have to have a certain substance
exactly.
about you.
There's a saying that says, people can never like you. I mean, people can like you for the wrong reasons, but people can never respect you for the wrong reasons.
True.
So that's when how everything started to mold. So right now, I am not against all those people who think modeling is about discrimination. It's how it started. So now as it's going, it's evolving. It's
because
now
you guys actually end up doing so many things. There's the mentorships. There's they teach you how to become an entrepreneur and all of those, which is for me when I actually found out they are actually perks of being in a pageant and actually winning. I was like, I wish I could also, but I can't because I don't have that confidence that you have. But one day. My children.
Yeah. But you build it through. You build the confidence through. I was so shy, and people are like, what? And I'm like, guys, I was so shy. I couldn't stand in front of a crowd and speak. But, my best friend was my mirror.
Yeah.
I was speaking to myself through the mirror. I was like, okay, so this is how I speak. Oh, okay, this is how I talk to people. This is how I communicate. This is how I send my message. This is how I make people hear me.
True.
So I built it through. It was not easy, of course. I mean, good things don't come easy. So I built it through.
You are there. Miss 18, love,
yeah.
So, what does it mean for a semi-finalist for the Miss Teenager South Africa?
Okay, so right now we are 100 finalists all over the country.
Yeah.
So we are semi-finalists, basically. So there's going to be a round where they chop people, because right now we're in a stage where we have to campaign, we have to do work to see that if you win, what is it that you're going to do?
Yeah.
What is it that you're going to continue with? What is your pageant platform? And that's what a lot of people don't understand when they say pageant platform. People just think it's all about walking, being pretty, wearing a bikini, and looking all, wearing your weave. Yes, but actually they wanted to see what is your pageant platform, what is it that you're rooted in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will give up in the process. Then they can able to scout, be like, okay, you know what, this one cannot make it because you can see, or she's not really into these things. Because she's not really an ambassador, a role model to the community. So that's how they chop people.
So what are you going to do? What is your pageant platform? What do you want when you're busy doing all these things, running around and trying to see what is it that it's needed within your community, and you think, you know what, I can actually put my hands in there and actually do something about it?
Okay, so my pageant platform, let me start with my vision at first.
Okay.
My vision in life is I aspire to inspire before I expire.
Amen.
So that now into my pageant platform is very diverse. I go to schools, I do motivational speakings, and that way I can tell my story to be able to relate with other people.
Yeah.
So right now I'm basically focusing on teenagers because I'm a teenager and I can be able to relate with teenagers.
Yes.
So that's where my pageant platform is, grooming, and be like, I'm being the role model, the leader I never had when I grew up. Like wishing that, oh my goodness, I wish I had that kind of a mentor. So I'm being that to other people.
Especially when you come to, I wish I had a teenager who's just like me, who has actually been through what I have been through, that I can actually talk to and actually not feel judged or not looked down on and stuff like that. So for me, to have that kind of platform, to actually be able to actually speak to the teenagers, because they are most definitely going through the most. They are somehow for some ridiculous reason suffering from identity crisis.
Yeah.
Because of everything else that's going on. So for me, I am right behind you, right there.
Speaking of that, a few weeks ago I was speaking to a crowd of like about 3,000 children.
No.
Teenagers on top of that. So with what's happening in the society, people are just murdering each other and everything. So it was actually a program, a foundation, Tend to God. But I was invited as one of the guest speakers as Miss Teenager South Africa semi-finalist to speak to the children too, so that way they can be able to relate that this is not what you should be doing. You could be doing other things to help the community. And of course, I went to last weekend I was at Muleti, one of the biggest villages in Limpopo. There was Muleti Sports Development. It's time to make people realize that sports is really important in our lives. It's really important. So, I was embracing that. I was, telling people like, guys, kudos, do that. Keep on doing that. And I was obviously giving them motivation that you can be whoever you want to be. And don't listen to whoever, irregardless of where you come from in life. You can be whoever you want to be.
The intelligence that's coming out of this young lady. So, what kind of doors does this type of pageant open up for you?
So many doors. In relation with my pageant platform now, I get to speak to more kids, more people. I get to inspire more people, which is fulfilling my purpose here on earth. Because our primary purpose here on earth is to serve. If you look at the doctors, they serve the patients. If you look at accountants, it's people who are working in this, the pumblers, the teachers.
We are living to serve.
Exactly.
It's just you need to find out
in which area. Exactly.
So
So for me, this is really opening a lot of doors, because I'm not saying if I win, I'm just saying already as a semi-finalist, I have that opportunity to talk to a lot of people. Because when I started in the modeling industry, I was like, the reason why I want to be a model is to add hope to other people, to be the voice for those who cannot speak, and which is coming to pass right now.
Oh, Lord help me. I want you to meet my sister.
Oh, definitely. We'll set an appointment, don't worry.
What is the best part of being a Miss Teenager South Africa? What is the best part? What is the best experience that you can take away from it?
Oh my goodness, I haven't really thought about this, but the fact that now a lot of people are looking up to me, and I am like, you know what guys, here is my story, this is where I come from, and you can also do it. If you put your focus on the table, if you write your vision down, like they say in the Bible, write your vision down, plain and simple, so that whoever who passes can see it and run with it. Write the vision down, no matter where you come from, no matter what the situation is. If you are focused, if you know where you're going, if you don't listen to people's negative opinions, I mean, girl, you are flying. You are flying.
Shoo, child. So, what do you want from the listeners? What do you want the listeners to know before we actually say, goodbye to you?
Okay, I'm just leaving a little bit of motivation to the listeners. That, you know what, we all go through challenges in life, but consider yourself as a seed. Right? If you put a seed on a pavement, it's not going to grow.
No.
If you put a seed in water alone, it's not going to grow, right? But if you put a seed in soil with good nutrition, with water, with good sunlight, it's going to grow. But in the process of growing, of course, there is a thunderstorm, there is harsh sunlight, there is this, that. So basically, those are the challenges that you're going through. So don't give up in the process. Do not give up. Just keep on. Right? And as you grow, you become now a tree. And with all that you've been taking in, what you've been reading, what you've been listening to, what you've been educating yourself with, now you are producing fruits with so much nutrition to the people.
Fruits of your labor.
Exactly. So whatever that you're going through, I know in this world it's not easy. But you're not going through that situation. God didn't let you go into that situation just for mahala. He wants you to learn something in that. Just like a gold, for it to be a gold that you see like, oh, beautiful, they had to go through intensive heat. So you are going through the intensive heat right now to be the gold. So hang in there and don't give up. That's it.
That is so true.
Hang in there.
Hey, darling, we on Radio TEF, we are most definitely rooting for you. We know you're coming back home with it.
I'm definitely coming back home with it.
Because you are more than beauty.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm
getting goosebumps right now.
No, like on the real, you're more than beauty. You're very intelligent. You have your head is proper screwed on tightly to your shoulders. Yeah. Don't let it wobble.
Yeah.
And don't lose your way. Because you know that you have family that supports you.
Yeah.
You have true friends that support you.
That's true.
And now you have a radio station that supports you
hey,
too.
Radio Tip, guys, like you know.
From us, we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And stay humble, yeah. You are just that and a bag of chips.
You're right now, guys.
You're literally all of that in a bag of chips. So thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you so much.
Alright, Radio Tip 103.8 FM, the station that listens to the people. That was Sally Sithole. The most humble, the most chilled, the most very smart 18-year-old young lady who knows where she's going, who's still figuring a few steps here and there, but she knows where she's going. She's got her head screwed on right to her shoulders. So we wish her all the best from Radio Tier 103.8 FM. We're going to be playing your song by Benchmark, and the song is called Wifey. Wifey one day, as I said.
Hello guys, once more I go by the name of Sally Sithole, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching my interaction with the radio tape, as though knowing a little bit about me, maybe just more. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and the little ringtone you see there, and leave some comments, of course, to see, to also interact with me, to show your love, show your comments about how the interview was. And until next time, for myself, Sally Sithole, with the most, I love you. Goodbye.